Okay. I do pay taxes, just not on my 87 Suburban. I'll get to that in a minute. So this video is kind of just going to be a entry into a new style that I'm trying. I want to do some B-roll stuff with my drone and my gimbal and just kind of talk about stuff. I might label this as a podcast episode. I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, when did vehicles get so expensive? I remember probably 7 or 8 years ago, you could go out and buy a vehicle and it would be 45, 50,000, and your car payment would be like $450 a month. I think. I don't remember. I know I've had a few car payments over the years. Never anything brand new. It's always been used stuff. I had a car payment on my '03 Dually. That was a good one. It only had 66,000 miles when I bought it in 2019, maybe. I ended up selling it for more than I paid during COVID. Probably should have kept that one, but hey. Anyways, it's crazy how expensive cars have gotten, because if you were to go out and buy a 2025 Suburban, not comparable at all to mine, just as far as creature comforts and stuff go, but it's $75,000 out the door, which is insane. That gives you a roughly $1,000 a month car payment, depending on interest rates and deals and all that kind of stuff. And that's just a base model Suburban. I'm sure it obviously has way more creature comforts than my Suburban, but I don't have to pay anything for mine. I bought and paid for it with cash, $4,100, and I've done upgrades and whatnot over the 2.5 years that I've had it. Some more warranted than others. The engine it didn't blow up, but I had ringland failure and fixed that with a crate engine and replaced the 80s fuel injection with a Holley Sniper 2. And I could have done a cheaper carburetor and whatnot, but I'm a big fan of data. I like having data. We're in a world of data, so it's cool to see different things and fuel tables and then learn more about that kind of stuff. And I think it's a lot easier to learn on something like a Sniper 2, especially about tuning and air fuel and all that good stuff. It's a good skill to have, I think. But as far as paying monthly for my Suburban, it's almost nothing. I've had to fix a bunch of stuff on it, but it is a 1987. It's older than I am, older than a lot of you that probably watch this. So it's pretty crazy. Um, and the cost of new cars, I just don't understand how people do it. And I think more people should be driving old cars. Not necessarily 80s. I mean, it's tough to daily drive something like that, especially if you're not a mechanic. I consider myself a mechanic, not a very good one, but we'll have that. And I mean, you can buy a late 90s, early 2000s Silverado, Tahoe, and they're pretty easy to maintain and fix and whatnot. I mean, you're gonna have issues here and there, but you get in with a good shop or a good mechanic, and can really take you far. The new cars today, I don't think can take you far at all. There's ones that I've seen stuff where they've broke down and there wasn't a tow point or anything, and they couldn't get towed, and the tow truck driver didn't know how to tow it, and I mean, stuff like that doesn't happen all the time, but it definitely happens. So I think everyone should just drive old stuff. It's cooler. Um, Sometimes it's more stressful, but I don't know. New stuff breaks down too, and I think it's even more stressful when you're sitting on a banknote of 70, 80, $90,000 and it breaks and it sits at a dealership for 2 months because they can't figure out what's wrong with it. I would be livid to pay, could be $2,000 for 2 months and not even be able to drive my vehicle. So you have your pros and cons and all that stuff. But from my standpoint, in my point of view, the pros significantly outweigh the cons. Now, I said at the beginning that I don't pay taxes on my Suburban. So here in Loudoun County, Virginia, the county has personal property taxes. And the Suburban is simply just too old to qualify for personal property taxes. So I don't pay anything. I do pay registration. It's like $32, $36 a year or something, I forget. But that's it. And then obviously the repairs and any type of maintenance that's done, but your maintenance still has to be done on a new vehicle. So I think that stuff kind of cancels out. Now that we replace the engine and putting a 4-speed manual in it and the Holley Sniper and all that stuff's relative as far as maintenance goes. I mean, the engine was needed. The transmission swap was actually better because it had an automatic and I kept having issues with it. So put the manual in there and sorted all that out. So stuff like that is negligible, but it's crazy to think that people are paying that much money a month for a vehicle. And I just simply think everyone should drive old stuff. So if you feel different or feel the same, drop it in the comments and let me know. Let's see what everyone else thinks, maybe from other mechanics, non-mechanics. I think old stuff is better. Also, I don't see old stuff broken down alongside the road waiting on tow trucks as often either. I mean, there's obviously way more new cars on the road than there is old, but when's the last time you saw something old waiting on a tow truck? I think that'll be it for the video. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, follow, all that stuff. Trying a new thing here. Like I said at the beginning, gonna try and pump in some B-roll, some footage and whatnot, and see how it goes. All right, everybody. Bye.